Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the dark side of the podcast, the 80s edition. I don't have to apologize for Boy George, by the way. You know what? Everybody on the planet knows who Boy George is, and nobody knows who I am. So no apologies are necessary. Here at the Podcasts, we strive to be your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes, and joining me as always is, I hope, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are you doing today, Belle?
Oh, like you had any doubt that I was actually going to be here today.
Oh no, I knew you were I knew you were gonna be here, but I wasn't sure if your screen was gonna show up or not, because I've been tinkering, and every time I tinker, I end up bricking something here. At the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus on the use case cryptos, because as we know, these would drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo, it's no longer acceptable. It's time for technological revolution. Welcome to crypto, and welcome to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we had a really good, God, it was a good stream with Eric last night, man. Every time he comes on, we see where we end up, and apparently he's got two real big bugaboos. Apparently one of them is max supply, and I forgot what was the other thing that got him all spun up. Bell, which one was it?
Yeah, we're gonna skip over that one.
We actually went to break early just so I could hassle him about it. I thought it was wonderful. You know, the guy, he is calm, he's cool, he's collected, he's excellent on the microphone, excellent on these things. But you start talking max supply, and I could literally see the smoke coming out of his ears. His head starts spinning around, and you can't give me that kind of ammunition, because
I
obviously
I was really concerned. I thought he was gonna start having a seizure right in front of us. A little bit on edge there.
you know, everybody knows max supply. I hope he's watching right now too. Everybody knows max supplies are a reality, as unbending as Captain America's shield. All right, that it's like the basis of everything we do out here is max supply, Eric. So I'm just going to keep picking on him. All right, guys, we have our wonderful CPI-ish crazy volatility happening this morning. Now, I've been kind of tiptoeing around all of this stuff, but you know what? Let's just illustrate perfectly why what happened. So yesterday we had that lovely fall off right there, and this is the reason why was our CPI came in hot. Now we've kind of been it really, because it's been descending. Yeah, I mean, at least on paper it's been coming down, so we've been more or less ignoring it. But because we have so much legacy money now that poured into Bitcoin, something pumped it from 40 to 70. But because we have so much legacy money coming over via the ETFs, we're going to be even more susceptible to everything that shows up over here. Now, the other thing that just hit us this morning and gave us, hang on, I'm moving too many windows, that gave us this nice little fall off right here. That was brought to you by let me get right there. That was brought to you by the core PPI and the PPI and unemployment claims. Everything came in hot. all of it. And you can see that they announced that direct at 8:30, and at 8:30 on, as soon as they announced it, you saw that fall off from 71,000 down to looking like 69.8. Now it's got gobbled up, and it's more or less correcting right now, but we are going to have to start baking all of this into our accounting. So these little pumps right here, we're hoping that those numbers came in good. The numbers came in hot, and we just absolutely balled off. So there's more that is coming. This is, by the way, a fantastic site. It's a 4X factory. If you're in finances in any way, shape, or form, you really need to pay attention to this stuff. Now, we have not been bringing this to you and providing context the way that we should have, because we live over here in a little crypto world, and the crypto world, nothing happens, right? Nothing that happens out in the real world affects us at all until these numbers come in hot. And as soon as those numbers come in hot, we get this, and it affects, it just beats the hell out of everything. Now, the thing that's been bugging me about this just a little bit is, believe it or not, osmosis. Osmosis is one of the things that's pretty well hammering everybody out here right now. And the reason that I bring it up is because the osmosis chart over the last month is not good. I mean, it's just absolutely not good. So regardless of the state of the tokens that you own, if they're paired up heavily against osmosis, most of them are, if they are Cosmos tokens, you ate all of that. A nice percentage of everything that got bombed out here actually got bombed out by osmosis. Now, the only real concern, I mean, I got a lot of concerns about osmosis. I've never hidden from that, guys. You know, I'm out in front. Like, they've got to do something. But the big concern, the thing that's really been tickling my fancy lately, is that number right there. Now, that's a 24-hour trading volume. $20 million sounds like an awful lot, and it should be an awful lot. But you're talking about something with a market cap of $800 million. $800 million, and it's only done $20 million worth of volume. And I want to guess, based on what we've been seeing here, that most of that is sell volume. Now, they're still minting out Osmo, they're still pushing that stuff out, but people seem more or less to be losing faith in it, and they are selling it off. The osmosis validators get that Osmo, they sell it off. Atom validators get that Atom, they sell it off. This is what validators do. They need $80 to $100,000 a month to be able to maintain their hardware, because those servers can cost upwards of $90 a month. So of course they're going to need lots and lots and lots of money uh, to be able to maintain their hardware and offer value over to the validator set. That's my bugaboo, by the way. Eric's is max supply. Mine is more or less mooching validators that do nothing but show up, collect the check. What luck, man? You know what? Okay, I'm gonna table that. But the kicker with this is that it's going to pull everything down. It's everything is going to come down with it. This thing has fallen off. Where are we at there? 23.5% over the last 30 days. It was over $1 billion market cap. Now it's sitting at about an $800 million market cap, which means 200 million dollars has vacated this, has just gone. It is vacated this chain. Now, most, or a good portion of it, most likely came over here, wanted to swim over in the Bitcoin waters, because it is so easy and predictable, and everybody knows this is going to $1 million a token. Everybody knows. So I gotta play that. I gotta play that song. That's, you know what, that's our song tonight, is Everybody Knows. That's perfect. It's perfect for what we got going on tonight. But a lot of the alt money is vacating the alt positions. It's getting wiped out by Osmo. It's getting drunk up, and people that have very, very heavy osmosis positions can take that money and move it wherever the hell that they want. They're going to leave death, destruction in their wake. They don't care, because it's not their problem anymore. And they're going to be coming over here and chasing up, jumping on this crazy roller coaster. This alt season that everybody seems to be talking about, don't worry, alt season, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Bitcoin's at $70,000 right now. So wherever alt season was going to happen, it really should have, but it didn't, and it's most likely not going to, because we've already been through that before. Ren was at $1. We had tokens that were just wildly overvaluated. Just absolutely insanely overvaluated because we were in a bubble. But everybody who traded in that or existed during that time that learned any lessons certainly did realize that it's a bubble. So what happened before is very, very unlikely to happen again. Now, it might with the top 25. Those things are going to run strong. Those are the blue chips. These are products. These some of them, but those things are they have brand recognition, and these alt tokens simply don't. They do not have brand recognition. They are not marketing properly. They are not getting the word out. Now, I'm in deep in because again, these are things that have legacy world penetration. That's what I'm interested in. That's why I'm interested in lunar space. That's why I'm interested in Packet. That's why I'm interested in the folks that we have coming on tonight. Plank. I said it right, Bell. Don't bust me on this one. I actually said it right. But
You did say it right. I'm so proud.
that's you know what? I'm gonna give myself another round of applause just for that. Uh, yeah, look, man, you're gonna have to start to be aware of these things, and particularly the way anything that you're gonna see over there on Forex is gonna affect Bitcoin. It's important, man. You're gonna have to start paying attention to this. Now, my saving grace through most of this stuff, most of these months, or this entire last month, my saving grace has actually been Astrovault, of all things. I have a decent position over there in Astrovault, and Astrovault is one of the very few tokens that actually ran steady over the last month. Now, we showed it up on the stream last night. I think it's fair to show it again. I don't care about these little candles like that, but I do care about that, is the fact that a month ago it was priced in at 15.8 cents, and this morning, before that little thing, it was priced in at 15.8 cents. So, over this period of time, the token has remained relatively stable. Again, I don't pay a lot of attention to the really peaks and valleys. I'm looking for here to here, and the token has remained more or less stable. Now that worked out really, really well for me because I am pretty heavy in some of the pools over here. I'm very heavy in Astrovault USDC Noble. Very heavy in Astrovault paired with Atom. I'm heavy over here because these things are giving me really, really good APRs on a token that has been running stable. That's exactly what I am looking for with the market the way it is right now. I would be down 25% on any of my Osmo holdings. I'm likely down on my Atom. I didn't look at it over the last 30 days. Let's see how brutal that was. 20%. So I'm down 20% on Atom. I'm down 20% on any Osmo that I might have been holding, but I'm actually running flat and even with AXV. Now here's the bad part. Uh, because Astrovault is paired up heavily against Archway. Archway, I don't think had a nice month. Let's see what yield Archway did, because Astrovault's starting to turn into a unicorn too, and I'm really, really curious about that. Let's see. We'll all see it together. Last 30 days, it's down 20%. So all the heavy pairings over here, all of the things that Astrovault is paired heavily against, meaning Archway, meaning Jackal, meaning Atom. They got Osmo over here now. So all of these tokens that are down 20 to 25 to 30% over the last month, but Astrovault's managed to hold it. They've managed to hold their price value, and they shouldn't have. They should not have, because everything that they're paired so heavily against is dropped off that much. So Astrovault should be sitting at about 12 to 14% lower than it's sitting right now. They did it really, really well on this DEX. One of the things that they did is right here. That's the burned AXV. Now, that's how they have managed to hold their value. But the AXV that they get through swap fees, 65% of it gets burned. It purely gets burned. They send it over here, they burn it off, and it keeps a consistent price on their token. So people trading on this DEX generate income for this DEX that manages to stabilize its own token. What a concept! What a model. Who would have thought of something like this in order for it to maintain any kind of sustainability? But you're seeing it with your own eyes. You are seeing it with your own eyes. So it worked out really well for me over the last one. I continue to, I'm not sitting here with rose colored glasses. I'm going to keep my eyes on everything. But right now the model is more or less proving itself out, and it's proving itself out in a really, really volatile market. That's all that I've been looking for here. I can still hold the tokens that I want. I can still pair with my USDC and so forth, which I love to pair with. Atom for me is simply Bitcoin exposure. It's going to run with Bitcoin, uh, but it has to run with Bitcoin, and it has to support Osmo at the same time. And everybody's just going savage on Atom. I mean, this is just sell pressure, sell pressure, sell pressure endlessly, and they still haven't really came up with a use case for this token yet. But you know what? I'm going to hold on to it based on market sentiment. So anyway, we got more to get to, guys. This was a very long monologue. I apologize for that. Want to get it all out. If you could get in your questions, get in your comments, get in your concerns. For some reason, these morning shows, man, they are not resonating with people. So I will try harder. It's cost me nothing to do them, so just a little bit of sweat equity, but we'll try harder, try to keep it interesting. If you could, guys, 60 seconds, we will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Belle, questions, comments, concerns, get to anything, and then we're going to spend some time over on Astrovault and maximize. I need to maximize right now.
We've got one question at the moment from Vicky Boy. If you had to choose one for the next 3 months, Atom or Osmo?
For 3 months, neither. The only reason that I'm holding the Atom that I'm actually holding right now, and I'll be completely brutally honest with you guys. The only reason that I'm even holding that is for right there, is for that particular pool, is the AXV X Atom pool at 53%. That's all it is. Look, man, the market's changing, and this big inrush of capital that we're all expecting out here into the deep DeFi, uh, it's not coming. I don't see it coming. That's my opinion. What the hell do I know? If I was smarter, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. But I don't expect this deep inrush of external currency that's really going to start rushing out here. Cosmos does not do itself any favors, man. There is so much. It's Hatfields and McCoys. There's so much infighting and sniping and just everything going back and forth. Osmo is going to continue to get pressure against it. Every new dex that spins up, every new perp that spins up, every new everything. It is simply diluting the money out here. And when you dilute Osmo, you dilute everything, absolutely everything. So people have picked their camps, they're lining up. Crypto is incredibly tribal. They will not believe what they see, they will believe what they're told. And you have just the perfect mouthpieces out here with great big audiences that are just going to go on, tell you that airdrops are the way, NFTs are the way, all these really incredibly speculative assets, this is the way out. I can't do that. What I do know is that if I hold that token and pair it with AXV, I get 53%. So the way I'm trying to accumulate, because this is kind of an accumulation phase for us still, the way I'm accumulating is coming over here with the right pools, with the right tokens at the right time. Now, I am putting a lot of eggs in the AXV basket, but again, the damn thing has proven itself out. So the only reason that I am holding even the Atom that I'm holding is because I can get 53%. I have a little bit more over here on Awry through a couple of different wallets. Let's just take a look at one of them. I'm holding some Atom right there, and I'm probably a little bit overexposed. Not on this pool, different wallets. I'm probably a little bit overexposed on this. Uh, but I'm kind of hoping, and I'm not really a hopium kind of guy, but I'm kind of hoping that they'll get their shit together. Meaning the whole cosmos, and really start making better decisions with their money. So I'm hoping I don't even there's not even a word for that. I'm kind of hoping what
Yeah, no, that there's no word for that one. We're gonna have to create one.
I will create one. I'm good at making things up. So yes, I will create a word for that. But I'm probably a little bit overexposed in that one. But Adam is Adam's Adam, man. So and if the token's going to continue to bomb off, and I think it might, I think Adam. What are you waiting for here, guys? That's the thing, man. We waiting for Bitcoin to go higher, and then Atom's gonna run up with it. I mean, Bitcoin's at 71,000, and Atom is down. Osmo is down. All of these tokens, these OG tokens out here, are down 20 to 25 to 30%, while Bitcoin is just sailing away. So if you do not change your strategy, if you do not make some changes in your strategy right now, you are exit liquidity. You're going to bleed off. You're going to wake up and see that, holy shit, I'm down 40% on my portfolio, and Bitcoin's sitting at $81,000. So you have got to change your I have got to change my strategy, and I did. I went a hell of a lot more towards accumulation, smart tokens, smart pairings with decent APRs. I'm going to need a higher APR right now because I'm taking a lot of risk by even keeping these tokens on the board and not putting them into cash. Now, I have had the entire Astrovault team on the other side of this microphone, and I am thundering away at them because if I'm that heavy, I want to make sure that I'm not going to be sitting there with my pants down around my ankles. So I'm sitting there hitting them up. I want you to show me. I want you to prove it. I want you to do it. And they're good about that. They're real good about that. And so it's given me enough confidence to push over 7 figures over onto that Dex. But uh yeah, over the next 3 months, man, I'm expecting flat and actually flat and declining over here, like across the cosmos. I mean, that's everything. So, hope that answered the question. Bell, please carry on.
All right, Political. Of all the pools, which is best for a beginner to dip their pinky toe into?
Are we talking crypto wide? Because I would say USDC Ethereum over on Camelot. That one's been run. It's just a payday for me, man. I don't care if it becomes USDC or Ethereum. If you're talking about over here on Astrovault, based on the chart, I love charts, guys. Based on the chart that I just showed you, for the AXV token, hands down the best thing that I think you can be in over here, the thing that I am heaviest in. Well, I'm heaviest in Jackal, X Jackal, but the stuff that's not there, these are the two pools that I'm heaviest in, and actually this one is just absolutely perfect right now. Really decent APR. They are incentivizing the hell out of this one because they want the USDC Noble over here. It makes sense because you want your token paired against the stablest other side of that pool that you can find, which in this case is going to be any kind of stable token as long as it's not Silk or USK. And they're incentivizing the hell out of it at 58.5%. 58.5% to pair a token that has been nice and steady over the last month with USDC Noble, which has been nice and steady over the last month at 58%. So I'm up on this pool. I'm down on this one because of the bleed off of Atom. But with the APR they were giving me on the other side, I was able to harvest that AXV, push it over to here, pair it up with my Noble. So I'm earning very, very well on this one and only down a little bit on this one. I found a nice balance, but what it means at the end of the day is I didn't make a whole hell of a lot of money, but I have a hell of a lot more tokens. That's what I'm looking for. I have more tokens because they're going to run, man. I mean, that's just my opinion. But they're doing it right. They've proved out their model. They continue to, I mean, they don't shy away from anything. They come up, they answer questions, and I like the answers. Hope that answered the question. Bell, please carry on.
Political. Have you caused Bella to start drinking morning mimosas yet? Political, no, he hasn't. He's been mean and won't make me any mimosas to have first thing in the morning. So
She wakes up in the morning, and this is what I heard, but she wakes up and just does a line of blow. So that look at it, how bright and bubbly she. No, it even say, look how bright and bubbly she is for 9 a.m. All right, that is tranquilized right there. That's what that
that
is.
that is copious amounts of a mysterious substance containing a lot of caffeine. I'm
And a,
on my
and
third cup.
and a lot of stimulants. I get it. Belle, please carry on.
Nuclear chicken. Thoughts on risks related to the SEC on Dex access?
Not happening anytime soon, man. Look, Bella and I covered politics for damn Bell, how long? 20 years. I mean, a long time. We covered politics forever. And the one thing that is of absolute assurity is that the government moves slow, and they get most of what they do, they get it wrong. So I'm not exactly concerned that they're going to suddenly come out here and say, "Oh my God, did you hear about Astrovault? Gary Gensler is going to call up Ethan and say, 'Hey, we got to talk.'" No, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Uh, it grinds, man. That's all it is. They have been. I always counter this with one. What case has the SEC won? We've been going over this, guys, for years. What case has the SEC actually won? Zero. Nothing. None. They are a regulatory agency that thinks that they have the ability to make law. They do not have the ability to make law. Congress makes the laws. The SEC is supposed to merely enforce those laws. He's purely on a witch hunt, and they have lost every single case. So suddenly now they're going after Uniswap. They gave them the Wells order, and suddenly everybody's just up in arms. Oh my God, they're going to come for everything. They're going to lose against Uniswap as well. They might have to pay a small fine, but they're going to lose there as well. It's not enough just for the SEC to show up and serve papers. Now you got to prove it. Now you have to go to court, convince a judge that you're right, and so far you haven't on anything. This is the least effective agency I think that we have. I mean, completely. So maybe the Department of the Treasury. They're not exactly my favorite either. But between the Department of the Treasury and the SEC, they've gotten like nothing right. But crypto is still so it's still so heavily misunderstood that every time the SEC shakes its can of nickels, everybody loses their damn mind. They have won nothing. Nothing. Hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
All right. So, Bud, Scott, I know you don't ever do price predictions, but do you think tokens like Atom and Osmo will ever make all-time highs again, or is there a peak in the past?
Nah, man. They again, these are tokens that rode through a bubble. They rode that's really all it is, man. I mean, do you want to go out and buy pets.com? You remember the valuation on that thing before it absolutely tanked? Uh, Anything that lived through that bubble, no, I don't see them getting back to their all-time high. That would put Osmosis at like 10, 12 billion dollars. Do you honestly think Osmosis is going to come out at 10 or 12 billion dollars? In no world does that happen. People would have to seriously buy up this token because that's where it's at now. And everybody buying is going to have to fight everybody who's been selling it for years. The more it goes up, the more they get when they continue to sell it. And people are only going to buy into sell pressure for so long. That is the problem with Atom. That's the very bottom line of it. And that's the one thing, for some reason, all of the talking heads out here won't say. People get tired of buying into sell pressure. You don't buy into people selling. You wait for them to finish and then you buy. But for some reason, we never ever say it. We never ever talk about Atom as a speculative asset when Atom is purely a speculative asset. It has no particular use case. I get it. Interchain security. That you don't earn a lot of money doing that. All right, right now they're taking the money, they're liquidating this shit. The Dow is giving it out to everybody who immediately liquidates it. So when they say, "Well, we got a $7 million grant from the Atom Accelerator Dow," that $7 million just got dumped on you, and we sit out here like seals. Yay! They're gonna improve stride on your back. That's what they're going to do. So is it going to? No, man, because market reality sets in on people that have the money to move the needles, and they're not going to keep buying into sell pressure. That's all it is. So the $10-12 osmosis never going to happen. I will go on record right now. It will never ever happen, and Adam is going to just continue to flounder, man, because you got to pay for conferences, you got to pay for all of the lifestyle that these people are living, and somebody's got to pay for it. So that's you, Bell. Carry on, please.
Okay, so next one coming in from New Type. Have we talked about AOs? How do we feel about them?
Have we talked
That's
about what?
AIOZ.
Oh, no, I don't even think I've ever even looked at it. I'll tell you what, I'll take a look. We're coming to the end of time anyway. I'll take a look. We'll get back to you on that one tomorrow. Is that it, Bell? Because we are towards the end.
One more question from Nuclear Chicken. Did you say you are out of Bitcana?
I didn't say I was out of Bitcana, but I am edging my way out. I don't shock markets, man. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to come up here and do a $500,000 jackal sell in a single go. And but yeah, I am kind of slipping out of it. It was a good project with an awful lot of potential, but as soon as the team went silent, which they effectively have, I'm only going to support development for so long, man. And you guys, you promised some bridges, you didn't deliver them, and happy trails. It was good, it was fun, and I enjoyed it when you were basically lockstep with Adam because I was getting a better percentage on Buchanan, staking Buchanan than it was staking Adam, and the token more or less ran with it. But it's not doing that anymore. And as market conditions change, pragmatist in me is going to change along with them. So I'm not going to just sit here and be exit liquidity for people who are bailing out of a position, but nor am I going to shock the price with it. So, all right. Anyway, that's all we got, guys. I hope you enjoyed it tonight. Bell, who do we got tonight?
We've got Tom coming on from Plank this evening.
Yeah, and
And I actually just got a good message from him. There may be some alpha dropped by them this evening.
why don't you hit him up, Bell, and tell him to gift some plank to our audience? Send him that message. Look, man, we're putting you up. You don't pay to come on the show. Come up with a couple $100 and let us give it away to our audience. Send Tom that message. It's out in big and bold in public now. So if he doesn't do it, if they don't do it, then they look like they look like tightwads. Yeah. So I am excited about Plank. The future of Web3 is mobile. That's their complete focus, and I'm early on it. I think I tend to be wildly early. When you're wildly early, you're insane. When you're just a little bit early, you're insightful. We're probably early on this one. I'll take the insanity pill again, man, because I'm gonna get paid on this one long term. All right, Bell, talk us up. Take us out of here.
All right. Again, as announced, we are going to be on this evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time with Tom from Plank. On Tuesday, we're going to be on with Chris from Fight Farm NFT. That one's a fun one. I know Scott's not into NFTs, but yeah, those are actually really, really freaking cool. Now, in between now and this evening, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to get those over to Scott or myself, Scott at ThePodocasts.com or Bella at ThePodocasts.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you this evening.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podocasts. Also, visit our page at thepodcasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current